Hello there. Nice to meet you. So today is the big day. Our bags are packed, our ticket is bought, and today my girlfriend Jaimie and I are leaving, and we are taking a 1-year trip around the world. 13 months, really. We're going to be visiting about 20 countries, and we're embarking on this essentially once-in-a-lifetime experience. It's been a few years in the making, so a little bit of a backstory, I guess. A few years ago, during the global event, which shall not be named, Jaimie realized, and I realized too, that anything could happen at any time. So mostly, pretty much this entire trip was planned by her, if I'm being honest. So over the past few years, we've been saving and meticulously planning, and basically putting all our resources into this trip, which begins today. And I thought it would be fun to just record it, capture it, even just as like a keepsake or a memory, because how often do you get to do something like this, right? And yeah, we leave today, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't very nervous. 13 months is quite the undertaking. We're basically just putting our lives on hold and just seeing what the world has to offer. And I thought it would be fun, even though I have very limited experience in videography or editing, but just for something fun to do, I figured I'd record it. Why not? I'm not entirely sure what the videos will look like when I get back. My plan is to just film the whole thing and then start uploading when I get home. I don't want to be like editing on the go and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope you come along for the ride, and I hope that, at least you can appreciate maybe the organic nature that I'm sure these videos will end up being. Very amateur, I suppose. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you soon. Hey everyone, I'm Aaron, and that's Jaimie, and in August of 2023, we set off on the adventure of our lives. And this is our world tour. Our journey began in the small, little-known town by the sea, Vancouver, British Columbia. And like a lot of journeys, ours began with a scenic drive to the local airport. I was sad to be leaving home, if I'm being honest, but part of me was excited too. Well, we made it through airport security, great success, and we are enjoying a very reasonably priced $18 beer. But I ordered 2, and then they ran out, so they only charged me for 1, but I actually got 1.5, so at the airport, you can call that a victory. And it's pretty exciting because I think you can see our plane right over there. We're going to the Netherlands, and that is the only Dutch plane that is in close proximity. It stands to reason that's our plane.
It's also at our gate.
It's also at our gate. Okay, yes. But we get to see the very exciting process of those hardworking men and women removing the baggage. Very exciting stuff at the Vancouver airport. And well, I guess in typical me fashion, I didn't record us leaving or saying goodbye or anything, because according to my camera, the next video I have is us already in Amsterdam. Or at least heading there anyways. Hey, it's me from the future. One thing I wanted to mention about when Jaimie and I landed at the airport just outside of Amsterdam is we actually had a bit of difficulty trying to find the correct train that led into the city. And this is literally the first city that we went to, so we were kind of like, you know, afraid to ask the locals and this and that. We're like, oh, we can figure it out. But it was a bit confusing. Probably not now that we're a bit more seasoned, I guess. But when we landed, we were very, very confused. But the locals were very nice, and they helped us out and sent us on the correct way. So if you're ever stuck, don't be afraid to ask, because there's usually people around who are willing to help you.
Honestly, I didn't film much the first day. Jaimie and I were tired, and we just sort of wandered around town. However, on the second day, we did something that Jaimie had been wanting to do for a very long time.
Alright, it is our second day in beautiful Amsterdam. We are on our way to the Rijksmuseum, home of famous Dutch artists such as
Rembrandt,
and
Vermeer,
and that other guy. We're going to see some very exciting artwork, but we thought we'd just take a look at this beautiful part of town. What was the name of this part of town again?
It's in Dutch and I cannot pronounce it.
Well, either way, it's beautiful. And we're about to have a very exciting day.
Yeah.
So the problem with trying to find a museum in Amsterdam, we're on our way to the Rijksmuseum, is that all of the buildings look like museums. Everything is old.
Everything's cool.
Everything's cool. Very, like, back at home, it's like, you know, oh, that huge old looking building in the distance, that must be the museum. Like, is that it?
I think it is.
I don't know.
It was.
We did it. We made it to the Rijksmuseum. Stunning. Exemplary. The type of architecture you could only find here in Amsterdam.
After my terrible Gordon Ramsay impression and a reasonably long line, Jaimie and I found ourselves in the Rijksmuseum. And while Jaimie wanted to see the famous masterworks of the Flemish painters, I wanted to look at boats.
That's a big gun.
It sure is.
So we heard that there was an aircraft here. We spent the whole day looking for it. It was hiding in plain sight. I love in this beautiful piece of artwork, all this mayhem and carnage. But down below, we just have dog chewing a bone. So I was checking out this elaborate piece of artwork, and then I realized that this fellow over here looks strikingly similar to Boris MacGyver. It is uncanny. Hey man, we as a society have always loved taking pictures of our cats.
Looking back, I honestly wish I had filmed more in the actual gallery, but the people working at the museum don't really approve of that there. However, Jaimie did see the paintings that she wanted to see, including this one.
Well, we had a pretty successful day. Spent 4.5 hours at the Rijksmuseum. Saw all that really, really cool art. And now our feet hurt, so we're gonna go back to the hostel and we're gonna rest.
Yep.
And maybe make some food.
After a big bowl of Jaimie's famous Thai curry and a good sleep, we were ready to tackle the next day. The next morning, we made a quick but crucial stop to Oude Kerk. It's apparently the oldest structure in Amsterdam, and its current foundations date all the way back to 1306. We also learned that over 60,000 people are buried there. The building has gone over many renovations and additions over the past 700 years, and even though I admittedly have limited knowledge when it comes to historical, or even modern architecture, I was thoroughly impressed by how the building has withstood the test of time.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this beautiful spot we're at has a fantastic view of the Rijksmuseum. That's where we were yesterday.
Is that the back of the Van Gogh building?
It sure is.
It's very unpleasant to look at. Kind of looks like a planetarium. But I'm sure the inside will be a lot nicer. So, I discovered something amazing. If you have a regular apple, and then you have a piece of stroopwafel, it's basically like eating a caramel apple. A match made in heaven.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm. How's your apple?
Really good.
We're sitting here in this beautiful park just outside the Van Gogh Museum, which is actually way the heck over there.
We're gonna go into it in like 45 minutes.
We're a little early, so stop, have some apples and stroopwafel for lunch. They're very good.
I don't remember if I wasn't allowed or if I simply forgot, but I don't have any footage from inside the Van Gogh Museum. However, it was very cool, and you can take my word for it.
What did you think of the Van Gogh Museum?
I liked it. It was beautiful, depressing, really depressing, but mostly really beautiful. The coffee was good. We got a postcard. All in all, good. And now we're at the famous, I don't know what you call it, Central Park of Amsterdam?
Vondelpark.
Vondelpark. And there's a bunch of beautiful ducks over there having a good time. And we're about to eat our lunch as well. And it's gonna be delicious. We made sandwiches and they're gonna be awesome.
There's bird poop on the statue's head. Saw a seagull fly by, land right on top of his head, and then poop on it. Hilarious.
What can I say? I love me some ducks. So earlier, I thought I saw a tropical bird up somewhere in the trees. It looked like a parakeet. And apparently, we looked it up, sometime in the 1970s, someone, I guess, let loose like a crate of parakeets accidentally or something like that.
Yeah, there's just like a feral flock of parakeets flying around here.
Yeah, and they've just sort of taken over, and I guess that's that. But they're beautiful, so whatever. Apparently the locals kind of hate it, but what are you gonna do? Been here for like 40 plus years now. 50.
Yeah.
Oh, 50 years. It's a long time for a bird.
After our super chill day at the museum and the park, we decided to switch things up a bit.
So we decided to take a pit stop, and we ended up at the Torture Museum. So there's all sorts of crazy things here, and torture devices that they used throughout the ages. Very informative stuff. Very cool. And here we have the torture trumpet, in case you want to play someone music to death. Stand corrected. Apparently it's called the flute of shame for bad musicians.
It was at this point in the journey that I noticed my camera would struggle with frame rate in low light situations. It turns out there's an option to turn this off in the camera settings, but I just thought it was a bad camera. I wouldn't figure this out until about 6 months later, making a lot of my footage look like this. Why this option was enabled by default, I do not know.
So that was our day at the Torture Museum. What did you think of it?
It was fun.
I thought it was good too. If you're ever in Amsterdam, I guess check it out. It's pretty quick and but it's pretty cheap. But it was well worth the price of admission. Kind of spooky, kind of dark though. A little hot too, so don't go on a warm day.
Yeah, it's a good way to kill half an hour.
Kill half an hour. So Jaimie and I, hungover as we were, we went out last night. You gotta have fun, right? We rented bikes today, and we found our first Dutch windmill in this beautiful countryside. Like, look at this. Look at this. It's really nice out here. Okay, we didn't realize that there was going to be not one, not two, but like an infinite amount of windmills. We had ice cream, we had more stroopwafel. Today's been a good day. We're a bit sore from the bike ride.
12.5 kilometers.
12.5 kilometers, mostly flat, but ultimately, yeah, look at this. Hey, there's another windmill over there. All right.
Also, this town is just adorable. So cute.
Is it a town? I mean, it's more like a tourist stop designed to look like a town. I don't think people live here. Maybe they do. I don't know. I could live here. It'd be like living in Santa's workshop 24/7.
We'll have to look that up later. I don't know.
We immigrate to this tiny tourist town.
Do people actually live here?
We didn't even know it was like a big tourist stop. We just like looked up windmills on Google Maps and took a big bike ride. Next thing you know, we're at this place, and it's really cool though. There's goats and sheep and windmills and ice cream. It's nice.
Shoe workshop. A really big shoe over there.
The big shoe!
It's funny, but I don't have a lot of footage from this day. Over these 13 months away, we went a lot of places and met a lot of people, and I was often asked the question, what was your favorite part of the trip? And more times than not, I'd say renting bikes and exploring the Dutch countryside.
Good morning. Well, it was our last night in Amsterdam last night. We went out for delicious Indonesian food. It was very, very tasty. And it's miserable and pouring right now, and we're off to Berlin. We had a wonderful time, albeit short time in Amsterdam. Our bike ride yesterday was really nice. Yeah, and now we're about to get on a 6-hour train.
6 hours, yeah.
To Berlin, which should be a lot of fun. So hopefully we have more adventures there, and can't wait to see you there.
I mentioned it before, but there were a lot of days on this trip where I felt like I didn't film enough, and the regret of not capturing every single moment sometimes felt like a missed opportunity. But I think my opinion has changed a bit since then. It's amazing we live in a time where we can capture and share every moment of our lives. It allows us to become closer to others, see the world in places we'd otherwise never see. But looking at it now, I do think there's something special in the keeping of a memory you have only with yourself, or with someone you love.
All right, well, that concludes it for the first episode of our world tour. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. It was a little rough around the edges. It was essentially my first project I've ever done, you know, something like this, so I hope you enjoyed it. But hey, I'm learning as I go. So next up we have Germany and then Switzerland after that. So I'll start working on those videos very shortly, and hopefully I'll have them up in a reasonable amount of time. The more I use the editing software, the better and faster I get at it. So it's going to be a bit of an undertaking for sure, but I'm enjoying doing it, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. I put a lot of love into it, and I hope you liked it. Anyways, that's it. Hopefully you'll stay tuned for the next video as well. It should be coming up hopefully soon. Thank you for watching.